Real talk, real life, real growth.
This is Raw Reality with Tori Story and Fit with Lily.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to our podcast. We have a very exciting episode today. Something we've been working on for a while.
Yes. And it's happened. It's probably been like nearly a year, I feel.
Yeah,
from like
especially
the
since
start to delivery.
Yeah, and not that it took that long, more so from the fact that it was just slow. Like, it's just one of those things that is just slow.
Yeah.
But it's something we've been wanting to bring out for a long time. And if you've ever come to one of our events or anything that we've kind of ran, you will know that we always start with icebreaker questions, the thing that people don't like the most. But as soon as they're talking to each other, they get to know each other and they feel a lot more like comfortable. And that's basically what we've come up with.
Yeah. And we wanted to, and you guys know, like with our girl group friends, we go deep always. And we've always had questions of like, how do you go so deep in conversations, and even with our partners as well. So we wanted to kind of create these because, we do them at our events. Now we can use our own cards at our events, but also you guys can now purchase them.
Yes,
well,
you can.
in 5 days.
Yes. So on June 6th, we are launching our cards. They are called Between Us. There's different subcategories within them as well. And basically, you just ask each other, your friends, your partner, whoever, questions, and you go deep. And it basically forces you to, something that like Kate and I like to do instead of like asking each other the questions, just sitting there. So if your partner doesn't really open up, these cards are a really good one to bring on a holiday. If you go like camping or something, they're really fun.
And also you can do it by yourself and journal on them. And it's a good way to get deeper with yourself as well. But we are actually obsessed with them. If you're watching the video, you'll be able to see. It's like a nice maroon box and it slides on right out and our cards are in there. And then under the cards it says you look good today, because you do. And on the back it says this game is made to bring people closer. Take turns drawing a card and answering aloud. Respond with curiosity, not judgment. Whether you're besties, soulmates or new faces, it's between us.
I love it.
I love it too. So obsessed with them.
So what we're going to do today is Tori and I are going to ask each other the questions on the cards and answer them to kind of get you guys familiar with how it works, how it runs. And the best thing about these cards is it depends on your season of life. So just because you've answered all of them once doesn't mean you can't do them again, because things change. Your perspective on life changes. Like I said, your season of life as well, and everything involved with it. So that's fun as well to kind of reflect back and think about how you used to answer a question in comparison to how you answer it now.
Yeah, I feel like we've done them a few times now in the testing process, and like every time you get like the same question, your answer is so different, which is really cool.
We also tested these on our retreat, which was fun, and the girls loved them. Yeah. So that was really cool.
So the categories we have is mindset, vulnerability, self-growth, and purpose.
And connection.
I was going to say there's one more.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. I don't feel like getting deep today, but like here we are.
I like don't know how I feel today.
Yeah. It's just all happening.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. When do you feel most you?
When I'm on a lake, on a boat, on a lake, not the beach, not actually anywhere on Gold Coast. As long as there is a boat and a lake, I feel my most calm and me.
Yeah. I think mine's just like at the beach. Anywhere in the world.
I think I love the beach, but sometimes I'm like, it's fucking windy. I'm getting sand everywhere. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like a sunset or a sunrise.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. What moments or actions make you feel deeply seen, valued, and loved?
Jeez Louise. Probably when, like, if Jackson or like a close friend like reaches out knowing that I'm not well or like, you know, feeling like crap. Or when Jackson goes out of his way to do something that he's not comfortable with. Like in terms of relationship, like I've spoken on here so many times, like he's not a words of affirmation person, but when he goes and writes in my journal or writes a note and leaves it on my bed or whatever, like those little things, I'm like, you are doing that for me because you don't like doing that stuff. So it's like if anyone goes out of their way to do something to make you feel loved in a way that you know is your love language, I would say. Yeah. Do you believe everything happens for a reason? Why or why not?
This one stumps me because everyone always says everything happens for a reason. And I do believe it in somewhat of a sense, but I also believe that some things just don't make sense. And whether you've gotten let go from your dream career, okay, yes, something in the future better may happen, but like it also may not. I know that's like very morbid. And also when it comes to like people getting sick or people dying, and that's why I'm like, that's why I just don't fully believe that quote. Now, little things throughout your life, 1000%, right? Like if you are really frustrated that something hasn't gone to plan or it's not working, I'm like, it's because something better is going to come. And that's how I kind of look at it when I'm going through something really hard. I'm like, it's happening for a reason. And that's more so a perspective shift. But I actually don't believe in life that everything happens for a greater purpose.
I do.
I know you do because it's tattooed on you.
It is tattooed on me.
Yeah.
I think because I'm just so much like, in my head, I just think your path's written for you. And it's like in terms of, yes, it's morbid, but like death or sickness, like that was your path. And that's just
what it is.
That's what it is.
Maybe
it's
because it's my first time on earth.
Maybe.
So I don't have a path just yet.
You definitely have a path.
Yeah.
But I think just like, and I think to my experiences, like everything that I've gone through when I say like, you know, the last 2 years specifically where I'm like, I went back to acro, which came out of the absolute blue. I wanted to do that before I had kids. Then I finished that and then I fall pregnant. And I'm like, this was always your path. You just had to trust. And I think when things go wrong, it's like if you can just let go and know that like it's happening for a greater good, and it sometimes won't feel like it. Like for a good 3 years, it didn't feel like it for me when I was going through shit. But you get to the other side and you're like, oh. Yeah. And it can take like 6 months. It could take a week. It could take 3 years for you to go, oh, that actually makes sense. But yeah, well, it's you.
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Probably what we just said, to be honest. Probably just like stop trying to control everything, because being a control freak or wanting to like control your life as much as possible, and everyone, we want to feel in control, and as soon as we feel out of control, that's kind of when you spiral a little bit or you make the wrong decisions. But I think if you can stop and go, okay, actually, if I just let go for a second, do what makes me happy, continue to make the decision for myself and know that things will unfold and work out how they're meant to, it's all going to be okay.
Those questions tied well together.
They did. They did. What lessons keep repeating in your life, and what do you think it's trying to teach you? I will say one thing I love about this game is when we played it, I think at the retreat, even with the girls, like you find like the questions that come to you is exactly what you need to hear.
Literally.
And I swear it's you every time. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's because like everything I'm about to say, I know all of the answers for. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I just got to say it out loud, which means it's really true. So a lesson that keeps repeating itself is I'm going to say my stress levels and my mental burnout. And that is definitely on repeat 24/7. And it's from... I'm just going to say it's a busy season of life. That's truly what I'm going to say it's from. And now finally we're putting steps in play to really help alleviate some of that stress, some of that pressure, some of that burnout. And it's just a matter of me trying to take time where I can. I know that I'm like really apprehensive for Europe because there's just a lot happening, but I think it's going to be the best thing for me. Everything happens for a reason, as much as I don't want to go. But yes, I think it's just something that keeps repeating itself. It's just like my stress levels, my burnout, my anxiety. But since the retreat, I've put steps in place.
You have.
I have.
And even then it's like, you know, you 5 years ago, imagine hearing yourself say, I don't want to go to Europe. Like when you're in the position to do it, it's booked, like you're going.
I know.
And it's like all the things you're saying, like stress, anxiety, like going to Europe is literally going to be, and it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Oh, no.
is nothing.
And it's like not a fact of like I don't want to go. It's more a fact of like the organisation before it is stressing me out to get there.
It's the same as like me going maternity leave and us planning the podcast and stuff.
It's like as soon as I'm on that plane, I know that I'll be fine. It's also like who's going to look after Boston, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So anyways.
It comes with a lot.
It does.
But we just got to get there.
We will. Yeah.
And I will be very jealous and I'll just be at home breastfeeding.
Look, you're going to be in your newborn bubble. I don't think you're going to care.
Yeah. No, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. What's a version of yourself you're proud to have outgrown?
Damn. Probably the version we spoke about in a recent episode. The version that had no self-worth, no confidence, and was, I guess, just begging for attention and looking for validation in all the ways that I wasn't getting it from myself, I guess. But it's so hard because it's like without that version, I don't think I would have this version who is really, really confident and has been on the other side of it. But yeah, I would definitely say I'm really happy we've outgrown her because she was just a lost little soul. Yeah, we would give her a hug.
Go through that.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
What's one belief you've recently challenged or changed?
Oh, how about one I'm changing? ING. So
I was like, ING? Do you mean banks?
I am trying to change the belief that you can be successful without burning out and without being extremely busy.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm learning to change and not having to prove to everyone that I'm busy just to have self-worth. So yeah, we're not there yet, but that's like my biggest thing that I'm like, I think I've started trying to put steps in play to be able to change that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you. When was the last time you truly felt at peace? Why are yours all about like peace and relaxing? And
last time I felt at peace. It's so hard because actually, you know what? Probably on the weekend when I was in the nursery and I was just like putting his clothes away and like putting things around, like putting things in their homes. But it's also hard because I've just been so sick. Like last night I wanted to go to the hospital. I was so bad.
Well, I feel like you've been doing a lot lately.
I have.
And I think you need to take a step back again. Because you keep going full steam ahead and then you get sick and then you take a few days off. And then you go full steam ahead again and then you get sick. And I'm like,
but
how
I
do
was
we
like,
stop?
We're recording like 20 episodes in the next 2 weeks, which needs to be done.
Yeah.
So around that, I'm just trying to chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably I would say just anything when I'm doing stuff, would nearly said his name, doing stuff for baby Sesame.
Wow, I haven't heard Sesame in a while.
Yeah, I know. Like when we're putting his pram together and just like all of that. And I think just like when I'm at home and it's quiet and I'm just like feeling really calm is probably me at peace.
Yeah.
When I'm not nauseous. Who inspires you to be a better version of yourself and why?
My dad.
Yeah.
Yep. I just feel like very calm sometimes, most of the time, and very like optimistic, very level-headed, always has a game plan, always helps whenever he can, like successful in his own right, very good at balancing family, like just good at it all.
Yeah. And he's like that person where it's like you'd go to him with a problem and he'd be like, okay, what about this? And then I feel like you would be like, oh, but like, you know, when someone's like really, really positive and you're just like, okay, but this is just a negative problem. And he's like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would just be like,
you get
straight.
to choose to believe that it's negative. And I'm like, oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Agreed.
What's a fear you don't often admit out loud?
Currently is probably around like baby boy and labor and birth. I think I've said this before, but like because it was so easy for me to fall pregnant and then not that I've had an easy pregnancy, but like actually there's been quite a few things during the pregnancy that's like, you know, had a few scares early on and whatnot. But I think it's like, oh, well, it's been fine and great along the way. So like when does something happen? And it's just like coming back to like, hey, you actually just get to have a good pregnancy, a good birth and a good baby. And I just keep thinking, well, I've had a pretty shit pregnancy. So I get to have a good birth and a good newborn. And yeah, I think there's just like a few underlying fears around him in labor. Don't know why. But
I think it's just scary.
Yeah.
Like I truly just think it's almost like the unknown. And that's always scary, especially when you like to plan things, you like to be aware and understand what's happening, but you've never been through it.
And that's what Taylor and I have been talking about. Like it's so much unknown of just like when they're going to come, how they're going to come.
How it's going to feel.
How fast it is. Like you can't plan for it. You can't, you know, try and feel labor because you can't, you can't, what's the word? Like emulate?
Doesn't feel
you can't get into a birth sim and know what it's going to feel like. So I think it's just working through that and just trying to like take it day at a time and then just keep like journaling to myself and being like, everything's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Can you explain your biggest achievement like you're 10 years old?
You love this question.
I love this
You love
question,
this
which I think we've spoken about on the pod
Yes.
before.
Yes. I think we have, because it was from Stephen Bartlett or Chris Williamson. I think it was Chris Williamson.
I think it was Chris Williamson.
Basically, the question came from whenever someone says, what does success look like to you, versus when you're 10 years old, you explain it very differently. And Tori and I's answers are very different with this, right? So when I'm 10 years old, I would say the most successful thing that I've done is like buy a car, have a house, live in a really nice place, live by the beach. And I would say that it's very much materialistic, because when I'm 10 years old, I'd be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like you have a dog, you have a house, you have a partner, like all of those things. In comparison to now, I would be like, okay, my version of success is like financial freedom, can do what I want with the time that I have, to be able to travel. So I would say that my success, like I guess in my mind, is very different, obviously. But if I were 10 years old, I think the biggest thing would be, wow, you live away from your parents in a different state. And I would say that that is really, really cool.
Yeah, and you've done it multiple times in multiple states.
Too many times. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was, I think, because I was grown up in a broken home of like many different mums and dads and stepmoms and things like that. So mum was just like, I just want one happy relationship. No divorce, no stepkids, no, none of that. And so when I met Jackson, I was like, well,
here we are.
No matter what happens, we're good.
Yeah.
My life is good.
Yeah.
And there's also like those materialistic. I remember so vividly, like growing up, teenager, like going toward, like probably start of high school towards getting a license, just like thinking how cool it'll be to like get my own car and drive to my friend's house.
Yes.
And I still
gosh.
catch myself like sometimes when, you know, I'm driving the car alone, I'm like, I have my own car.
Yeah.
I can go wherever I want, do what I want. And you're just like, yeah, you're 26.
I
like,
think Kia Buckley put it on her TikTok the other day, and I was like, sometimes I forget that I have free will and I can just go drive to a pizza store, get a pizza and eat it. And I'm like,
Literally.
yeah, you can literally do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to tell your parents that I'm going here or I'm going to be home at this time. Don't wait up for me, or like, can I go do this? Now I'm like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I wonder what the age is. Like, what do you think the last thing you asked your parents was in terms of like, can I do this? Like, what was the switch? And I think about that a lot. What was the last time your dad put you down and never picked you up again? Because you don't think about it in the moment.
That's like Revi Jane when she was in Japan recently with her 2 daughters and her husband, and he was carrying both of them on the way home from dinner. And she took a video and she was like, this is probably the last time he'll ever carry both of them, because they're like, they're like, I don't know, 13 and maybe even a bit younger. But yeah, I was like, wow, that's so true.
Even just like the last time I slept in my parents' bed, right? I'm not going to do that now. That's fucking weird. But I'm like, it's one time I got out and never went back in.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Okay, am I asking you now?
Yeah.
What's one thing you wish more people understood about you?
Oh, long pause. One thing I wish people understood about me. I feel like we had this question at the retreat and I can't remember what I thought. I don't know that it's like a misunderstanding, but it's just like that I genuinely want the best for everyone. Like, I do social media the way that I do it because I just want people to be happy and healthy, which I don't think is misunderstood. Like, I feel like that comes across.
Yeah, it definitely does, but I don't think people understand how much it's like that.
Potentially. That's what I would say.
I think it's a good answer.
What does living in alignment mean to you? So you guys, these require a lot of thinking.
Like, we wrote all of these questions and we're like, let me think.
Yeah.
Living in alignment, what does that look like to me? I think it looks like still being pushed and still getting outside of my comfort zone and not having the easy run. But I also think it's about doing things that I enjoy and I'm constantly happy. So even if it's a challenge, I want it to be a challenge. I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. And just like overall like feeling happy and healthy. Like honestly, like alignment for me is like feeling my best, looking my best, and knowing that I'm doing everything for my future and even just for my current self.
Yeah. I like that one.
How do you show love when you're struggling yourself?
I tend to run away.
I tend to go hibernate.
I tend to go really, really quiet. Ooh. Wait, can you read it again? Sorry.
How do you show yourself love when you're struggling?
My self-love.
Yeah.
I do the things that make me happy. So like last night I felt absolutely horrible. Like, I just was like, this, like, something's wrong. And, like, nothing with baby. It was, like, just me because I just felt dizzy, sick. I was like, this is not okay. And then this morning, my mum had left. She goes to the beach at, like, 5 a.m.
Isn't it pitch black?
Yeah, meets her friends, whatever. And she was like, it's going to be a really nice sunrise. And I was like, I can't walk Ziggy on the beach because it's his operation still. But I was like, I just need to see the sun. Like, I need to stare at the sun. And I just said to Jackson, because he had a late night, I was like, I'm taking Ziggy and then we're just going to go see the sunrise. And it was so nice and it's such a good morning. So anytime it's just like you're feeling shit, like what are the things that fill you up? Mine is going to the beach or just completely switching off and doing a fun activity where you can just like kind of forget. It's like whether you go play mini golf or like the girls are hanging out or I don't know, just anything that can take your mind off whatever it is that you're going through.
I like that.
I would say that. When was the last time you felt misunderstood?
Sometimes I feel like it's weird because I think everyone knows this about me, but I feel like I still get misunderstood. I feel like people don't understand how much like I actually do. But I also think that I make it a lot harder for myself than it needs to be. But I feel like that's something I really struggle with. So I feel like I'm constantly misunderstood of like, I like get really angry every single morning, the fact that I'm a girl and I have to put on my makeup and I have to get changed and I have to do my hair. And I know that sounds so superficial, but this morning Cade just got to fucking put on clothes and leave the house. And I'm like, I just feel like misunderstood with how much that stuff takes. So it's not even like from the work or anything like that. But I'm just like, I think it's definitely more of a relationship side of things where I'm like, okay, well, you just get changed and leave. I'm like, okay, I've got to pack my lunch because I value my health and all of those things. And then I've got to make sure the house is like Boston proof. And then I've got to feed him breakfast. And then I'm just like locking up little things and putting things away. And I'm like, it's like an hour in the mornings and it takes you like literally 7 minutes, not even. And I'm like, I think that's where I often feel misunderstood.
I have two things on that.
Okay, I'm ready.
If I remember them both. First one is you feel misunderstood that people don't understand how much you do. But then the belief you're trying to change is stop proving to people how much you do. And I think about Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Like running a successful company, just built a studio. He doesn't post online.
No.
Like he doesn't give a shit what people think. He's doing it for himself and his family and like no one would know.
Yeah.
Like that he was up fucking whatever till midnight last night working.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, interesting. But like we feel the need to post and like it is a part of sharing our journey and things like that. But that's where it's like it's like you've tied the success to like what other people think rather than going, oh, just bought a house, just got a car, like you're doing the things. It's like,
and
who
which is
cares what people
crazy
think?
because like, yes, I'll post that I've got a car and a house, but I won't like make it a huge deal.
Yeah.
But then I'll make it a huge deal about the little things that I do. It's I feel like my brain's very weird when it comes to all of that stuff. Like I don't really celebrate the big things, but the small things get to me.
Yeah. We had 3 new podcast clients come in yesterday and they were just like, oh my God, like what you've done is insane. Like we've seen it online, but it just looks better in person. It's like, how was it when you first recorded your first podcast in here? And I was like, didn't think about it.
Yeah, I'm like, press start
like,
and go.
We just came in, recorded and went straight back up to the office. Like there's been one moment where we had all the furniture come in and Jackson and I just sat here and we were like, wow, like this is our podcast studio. Like, we just started a whole new business. But it's really easy to just forget to like take a minute.
Yeah.
The second thing to that was I thought the same thing this morning because I went to the beach, had my moment, came back and then Jackson was still in bed. I was like, what time do you want to leave? It was probably 7:10 and he was like 7:30 and I was like, yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind that I need to get ready and do the things, but you need to just let me know what time you want to leave because I know you can get up, get changed and leave the house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you just need to know that I need time.
And then it's like,
to do my hair and makeup.
if I forget something, it's fine because Tori will bring it. Like little things like that. And I'm like, guys really don't understand. And that's when Kate this morning, I said it to Kate and he was like, just do your makeup at the warehouse. And I'm like, I'm still doing my makeup. It doesn't really make a difference. You're going to unpack it, probably forgetting something. It doesn't change a thing.
And it's like, well, they've never had to do that in their entire life. So, of course, it's not. They're not thinking about that. But it is frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, actually, yeah. And these questions just make you keep going. Yeah. It's almost like a mini therapy session.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why you do all these questions.
Okay.
What part of you are you afraid no one could love?
Jeez Louise. Oh, my gosh. Can I like rewind to like
now.
You are now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm like, well, but that is so hard.
How about in the last, since you moved to Queensland? So not like the past version of you.
Yeah, it's still really hard because I'm like, I think like I have the loving partner who showed me he loves me through everything and anything, and same as our friendship group.
Or how about just like what something came to your mind? Like what was the first thing came to your mind like when you were growing up?
Would have been my acne. Like early relationship days with Jackson. Like how would you actually love me when my face looks like this? So probably a lot around acne and then a lot around when I like gained a lot of weight, which was still like 18, 19, 20. Like it was still late teens, early 20s. But now it's like, I'm just like, well, if you don't like it, then fuck off because this is who I am. And I think even the most recent or one of the recent episodes we did on authenticity, a lot of younger kids that I used to teach reached out saying how much they loved the episode. And so one of our podcast clients said she sent it to her sister because she's been going through a lot, her younger sister. And it is just so true, like how much through those like teenage years you let society or the approval of others determine your self-worth. Whereas now we both sit here and go, well, if you don't like that I'm spontaneous or if you don't like that I'm, you know, a bit messy, whatever, then, well, see you later.
And I think that just comes to maturity and getting older. And especially once you hit 25, I feel like that's like the pivotal age where you're like, okay, well, this is who I am and this is what you get.
I feel like, it kind of locks in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like this one. What do you carry that's not yours to carry?
Other people's happiness.
That was quick.
Yeah. That is like, I feel like I'm responsible for everyone else's happiness. And if they're not happy, it's like on me. Or like I can fix it. And I think it's from my like childhood in a way because like let's say like being the oldest daughter out of 3, I'm like, okay, they're unhappy. What can I do to help you? Even if like mom's unhappy, like should like lean on me and like, hey, what can I do to help you? Do I need me to speak to dad or like whatever it's going to be? And then like even in like friendships or relationships, I'm like, okay, well, it's so bizarre. Like if you're like, let's say you're sick, I'm like, okay, what can I do to make you feel better when I can't do anything? But like I'll always think, not that it's my fault, but I feel like I carry that a lot. Like let's say Kate's really stressed one day, like I'll stress myself out just to make him less stressed, but anything I do won't actually help him because that's just like, he's just going having a day.
It's like you just being
and he'll
there
be fine
for
the next
him,
day.
Yeah, is enough.
Yeah, but I feel like I carry people's emotions a lot.
That was heavy. Take some weight off, sis.
And I had that way too quickly, which is I wrote that in my notes to my therapist.
Next therapy session.
Maybe I'll bring her these cards.
I think you should just tell her this episode.
Yeah.
And then she can work her way through
I'll be
it.
like, just listen to my answers and we'll go from there.
Oh, dead. When's your next appointment?
Next Thursday. Yeah.
You're doing fortnightly, monthly?
I think it's like every 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, but I need to go to the doctors and get like a 10 thing. It's so expensive. Anyways.
Yeah.
When do you feel most connected to your purpose?
Ooh, most connected to my purpose. Breaking it down, if I'm thinking about my purpose, it's like connecting with others and inspiring people online. So creating content that I know people will see and go, oh, like that helps me, or I feel less alone now that I've seen that. Connected to my purpose. Yeah, definitely creating content that I know people will love. And then also just when like all of our friends are together and just like everyone's happy. And it's like we're all talking about like
I just need that right now.
Yeah, we need to lock in the bagel session.
We do.
Because the girlies just need a little catch up.
We do.
But a big group session, I don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
But it is just so nice because everyone's just like themselves. They're allowed to be themselves, but also we're celebrating each other's wins and just like going over like whatever the last month has looked like and I think it's just everyone feels so good walking away because they feel so lit up because they're so supported in whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
What's a dream that scares you but also excites you?
Oh,
I love this question.
I have like a random dream that like I really want.
Okay.
And it doesn't really scare me, but I'm like, how fuck am I going to get there?
Okay.
So I feel like that's actually kind of scary. Is a holiday house. Because I feel like that's like I've made it. You know how Cade's is a Porsche? He's made it.
Yeah.
What's yours? What's your like I've made it?
Having a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mine's a holiday house,
Yeah.
which is very random. But I'm like, that is hard to get, hard to do. And I just feel like, because I had one as a child and I've just like
Same.
loved, the memories of like, oh, I always go out here on the weekends or over Christmas. And I'm like,
Just one person in our group needs to have one.
exactly, that
We can
everyone
all
goes
go.
to. And it's just the best thing ever. So I really think that that's like a dream, like a big, big long-term vision and how I'm going to get there.
I feel like the four of us could get one together.
That feels clean.
Yeah. Where would we do it? Not sure.
Yeah.
On that, having a kid, mine would also just be like a family home.
Yes.
Like
yes.
the holiday house is like an extra one
Yes.
because you're like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And we both had them growing up, but just like a nice family home that you can do whatever you want to, and you've like either renovated, you've built it, and it is just yours.
Yeah, like I don't want a townhouse. I don't want an apartment. I don't want my landlord saying inspection tomorrow and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I am the inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest turning point in the last few years?
Probably going to like full-time socials, which was 2023.
What? Oh, yeah, you worked at
crazy.
the dance place.
Yeah. Going full-time socials was like one of those like dreams that like really scared me but really excited me. And that kind of was like I knew I wanted it to happen and then I got forced into it. So
Oh, yeah.
we made it happen.
Forgot about that little blip in your life.
Yeah. So definitely that and like taking that leap. And then probably falling pregnant.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very big turning point.
If money or judgment didn't exist, what would you be doing? I bet we should both answer this.
Okay. To be fair, I would be doing very much similar to what I would be doing, but I don't think I'd be pushing as hard.
Yeah.
Because, like, I love everything I do, and I definitely think that it's my purpose and something I'm really good at and something that I enjoy, but I don't think it would go so far.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wait.
Yep.
I'd also travel a lot more.
Yeah.
I think I, like, would just, like, kind of want to go around the world a little bit more,
Yeah.
adding in that,
Yeah,
because money doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think the first thing I thought of was like stay-at-home mum vibes, but you know what I'm like I need to be working on something. So definitely podcast, like just if money wasn't a question, then we could just like really go ham. And then I still have this like
This fucking cafe.
no, not the cafe. I wasn't going to say the cafe. Yeah, I'd start a cafe. No, my mum literally said it to me yesterday. No, this whole thing around like being like the director of something.
Yes.
Don't know what it is, but it's still there.
You're giving director now.
Okay. But even just like when we had our clients in, like new clients in yesterday and like giving them the podcast packages and like even there was 2 people that came in who hadn't started a podcast yet and they want to. And my ideas, because sometimes I always say, like there's this business idea that I want to do and Jackson and I have been speaking about it lately. And he's like, why wait? Like just start now. I'm like, I'm due in like 4 weeks.
I literally could give birth tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'll use postpartum time to work that out. But yeah, there's this like business idea that we've got. But even them coming in yesterday, I question myself a lot of like, am I actually good at that? Because like it's a lot of what I do for our podcast, like going on Pinterest, putting a pitch deck together and planning the campaigns and things like that. Love it. But then I question like, am I actually good at it?
Brother, compare yourself to me.
Yeah, but we're different. You're the one talking to the accountant. I'm not. But then when the girls came in yesterday, they were like telling me their podcast ideas and their branding. And then I was like, you could do this and then you could do that. And like this sticker you could have as that. And then I walked away and I was like, I'm pretty good at this. And it was just like a nice like, oh, like just stop questioning yourself because you do it for yourself as well. You can do it for other people.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool that we're both basically doing what we want to do,
Yeah.
but just at a different
And I think
extent
it'll
around
just
that
keep
question. Yeah.
elevating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it me or you?
You.
No, it's you. It was money judgment.
But yes. What's your definition of success now versus 5 years ago?
Oh, okay. 5 years ago was so much more driven by money and just building the brand, the name, all the things, which it still somewhat is to create that freedom and have the business that can just continue to grow. But it's a lot less of like this has to happen. Now, like falling pregnant and now that we're starting a family, it's like,
wow, family. Crazy word.
family crazy. I kind of scared myself for a second. But it just is like sometimes less is more. And like if we're making, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be making enough to get by. I want to be comfortable and like we can give our kids a really, really good life. But it's more like the slow moments. And like right now feels so crazy and so chaotic with the studio starting and Jackson training up a new employee so he can have time off. And I'm like, in a matter of a week, like few weeks, we're going to be in the slowest like little bubble.
Jackson's going to be sitting there like this.
No, he's ridiculous. The other day he comes home from golf and we'd planned to put the pram together. So he comes home from golf. He's like, right, let's do the pram. So we do the pram and we're doing like the baby carrier and all the unboxing, all the things. We finished that. So what do you want to do now? And I'm like, can I sit down for 2 seconds? Want to go to the golf sim? Should we play mini golf? I was like, oh my God, you don't sit still. And this child inside of me does not sit still. So I'm like, we are in trouble.
That's so funny. At least they can go do their thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm just like, it's more still having that success in the business, but the slower living.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be so fast paced and rushed and chaos.
Yeah.
What's something you've healed from that you never thought you would?
Trauma. Probably trust in others. I thought that I would like really struggle with trust for a very long time and I actually didn't.
Yeah.
So that's great. And I think just having a partner proving to you that like, I don't know why, I feel like there's obviously things that come up from like a past relationship to now, but I really feel like I worked through it quite quickly and a lot of my past stuff never really came into my new relationship. And I think that's also a credit to how good my now one is, and just like prove that everything can be good. But I would say that definitely trust. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. My turn.
Your turn.
What do you value most in this season of life?
Slowness. I think just because it's been so probably chaotic for so long for like both of us or four of us, just with like new businesses and the warehouse and all that. And it's like the moments we get to like have a weekend off or when like you guys had just like a slow Saturday morning and it's just like, like you feel like you can just breathe for a second. Yeah. And like wouldn't change it. Like, love it. But I think just, that slowness is really important because if you don't have that, I feel like you start to, especially that we're all in business together and like being partners in business as well, it's like you can just keep going and going and going. If you don't stop to like smell the roses and slow down, it just gets a lot.
Have you listened to Kylie Jenner's podcast with Jake Shane?
No.
Listen. Okay. So good. He has the most iconic guests on.
He does.
It's actually insane. Like he's like at the top of the whole industry. I'm like, where are you getting these guests and why are they all saying yes?
I know.
But she was basically saying that life moves so fast and she was like, you've got to do things to slow it down. Like literally book a pottery class. Slow down. Like just stop doing all those things. She did also say like delete social media for a week, 2 weeks. She does all the time. And I'm like, I feel like when you're that big, you can do that.
Yeah.
When you're like in the middle,
you're still growing and you're relying on social media, not so much.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, that doesn't have to be the thing.
Yeah.
It's outside of that, especially like having kids as well. Like life would just go so fast.
So fast.
And it's like I don't know one person who's never said like newborn phase goes so fast.
Yeah.
So just enjoy it. And I'm like, okay, soak it up.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's like as soon as they hit, is it 8 or 12 weeks that they're no longer classified as a newborn? I know. Which I'm still like, 12 weeks, you're still a newborn.
Yeah.
But like technically it's not.
Yeah,
they're not.
they're not.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's something nope, that's already been asked. What's a truth you've been avoiding lately?
Truth. don't know. I feel like I know everything and I'm trying to fucking work through it. Do you have one for me?
The truth you're working through. Probably just like the proving to everyone else that you work hard. Like that is your truth and you are working through it.
True. Yeah.
So I'd say that.
Avoiding. Yeah. I feel like I'm not avoiding anything anymore. I think everything's gotten to a point where I'm like starting to really like actually go ahead with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll know like it affects you. So you're like, well,
yeah,
we need to speak about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does emotional safety look like for you?
Words of affirmation.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Tell me you love me. Tell me you're there for me. I think just like having the support. What was the question again?
What does emotional safety look like for you?
Yeah, just being supported in like every areas without having to ask. Without being like, hey, I feel like shit, I need support. It's like, hey, I'm coming home because I know you feel like shit and let's just take a break together kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Answer. What emotion do you struggle to express the most?
Calmness.
Yeah. But it's hard to express it when you're not calm.
Yeah. I think that's why I struggle to express it.
Yeah.
Calmness. Because I'm a very expressive person. I get that from my mum. Like, if I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
If I'm angry, if I feel an emotion, I'm in that emotion.
Yeah.
But I think the one that I struggle the most with is just actually maybe presence. Presence, calmness, anything to be zen, slowing down.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I have one card left.
Yeah.
How many do you have left?
I don't know.
What do you wish people knew about your mental health journey?
That it was pretty fucked, to be honest. And it's like, I'm very open about it. Like, I'll speak about it and explain it. But I think it's hard to like fully explain what you went through at the time. It's confronting. It's vulnerable. But that I really like went through it. And even like I probably can't explain to the extent of like there's little like visions that come up when I speak about my mental health. Like one particular is like on the balcony at 3 a.m. in the morning. Like it's pitch black and I'm like, well, this is it, guys. I've had enough here.
I'm out.
I'm saluting. And there's like a certain few moments of those and each one of them had like a different reason to get to that point, like whether it was skin and weight, whether it was my past relationship or whether it was my injuries, like that, because it all kind of happened at once. So it's just like so many low points. So I think just how severe it was. And I think when you work through it, then you're just like, oh, well, I'm sweet now.
Yeah.
So
and you forget the impact that it actually had on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could see your life from the outside, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh, fucking hell. What advice would I give myself? Number 1, time block. Fucking start time blocking your day. Stop fitting things around other people and fit it into your life. I think that's what someone would tell me. And my dad actually gave me this advice, so I think it is from the outside. Throughout the week, choose a day where you finish at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. finish. And you're not working, you're not doing anything, and that's you time. Because yes, you have you time on weekend, but it tends to be social. It's the weekend, but through the week, actually plan something. Because a lot of the time, I work on the weekend, I work late at night in the mornings. So naturally, my days are full of work. So choose one day throughout the week where it's you do something for you.
Yeah, I like that. That's what my psych used to say. I had to lock in Tory time.
Yes.
In my calendar.
Yes, I think I need to do that.
And it's the other day you went and got a massage.
Yes, I did.
And I was like,
but I was very, very stressed for that massage.
I'm proud.
Thank you so much.
I need to book a massage in.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is a little taste to our cards.
Yeah.
But like we said, it's every season of life, these answers are going to be different. They still stump us every single time.
Yeah, literally, we have to think about them.
Yeah. We could do it again in 5 weeks once baby's here and things have changed and it's there'll be completely different answers. So we love them selfishly, but we wanted to create them for you guys as well because every time we get feedback from an event, it's instantly people are connecting with others. Like we've had people come to our events who they've met at a previous event together, and it's just like, wow, like that is the whole purpose of it. So these cards are slay, and they'll be available from June 6th,
Which is Saturday.
And they'll be up on our website ready for you to purchase.
Yeah.
And
Get your hands on them.
can't wait for you guys to use them and see them.
Tag us in your stories as well.
So
Journal
exciting.
on them too.
Yeah.
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 Wow. Thank you so much for supporting us. We obviously couldn't do any of this without you, so we love you all so much. And if you are wanting to do these cards with like your friends, send this episode to them so they can also get a little bit of a taste of the questions that they're about to get and can get pre-warned for. But other than that, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be in your ears next week.
Bye.
Bye.